Hello and welcome. Let me get rid of this. There we go. That little bit. I'm working with the Yeti. I hope it sounds okay. Oh, did it just catch up a bunch of... Hold on, let's see. Casting. Audio. We're good. Okay, very good. Yeah, I just decided to do the Yeti again. Oh, I got a new connection for it. Anyway, yeah, we've got more arena. Got a brand new set of missions set up. A new week worth of XP, and just to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to win my first game without fulfilling any one of these conditions. I'm not going to spend any red and white. That's easy enough. I'm not going to kill any of the opponent's creatures unless they mean via spells or something. I might do that, but I'm definitely not going to attack with any creatures. That's because I found, or I had one of the scummiest decks used on me this week. I was just kind of kicking around, doing like getting the 25 gold here and there. You'll see. I'm trying to figure out how to introduce this. It's just like an absolute engine of just scuzziness. And you'll see exactly what happens. I don't know if Magic knows about this. Oh, yeah. Okay, there we go. I've got my first cards, the cards I need. There are 2 cards in here that basically give me an instant win condition. Now I just need to build up enough. Here we go. And then, yeah, I specifically made this deck so I wouldn't have to attack. I'm sure if that's my own, just self-imposed rule. Especially since I've had that, 75 gold, don't attack with any creatures. Sure, like, yeah, since like Tuesday. Now, what are you doing? No. I had the first 2. What do you... A terrible waste. What does that mean? Okay, well, we got our first deck. Our first pack. Let's see what we got. We play our cards right. Haha. We might be able to get free packs tonight. Oh no, so I bought a second draft token because sometimes the store will just they'll sell you a draft token. Like one day. And then of course we've got the Magic the Gathering I mean, not Magic, the superhero stuff. There's just superheroes. They're just called superheroes. They couldn't like come up with like marvelous adventures or marvelous feats. There's the Iron Man suit. Well, we'll see what they got. Wait, is that Hitler? Is he punching Hitler? Oh, I got a Foundations pack and we'll add 2 of those Strixhaven. Strixhavens. Anyway, come on. I had the perfect hand. They couldn't let me just run with it. This one's fine. I've got my Bloodthirsty Conqueror. I had one and I made 3 others just for this deck. This is great. Scavenger's Talent is perfect for this, and so is Vampiric Rites. I should make another couple Vampiric Rites. Squirrel. Looks like we're dealing with a Final Fantasy deck. Maybe, maybe not. Pop this down. Pop this down. No. And our second one is going to be Starscape to give us a block on flying. How do you put the Oh, the schemer. Perfect. You know what? In second thought, let's do the schemer. If I gain life on the... I have to gain 2 life. So the Scavenger's Talent is going to really play into that. If I lose. Whenever an enchantment attack enters, go on. Oh! That's neat. And we can mill if we want to, but we don't. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses. That's perfect. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Okay, that's good, but not what we wanted. I mean, it's good for our this thing. Whenever your opponent loses life, you gain that much life. Maybe I could work with these two. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Whenever your opponent loses life, you can gain that much. Whenever you gain life, your opponent loses 1 life. I don't know, maybe I can use this. Anyway, blocking. Squirrel. Let's play this. Let's sacrifice a food. I could... There's nothing really that's gonna give me the mill I need. So I'm gonna go mess with him. And his 137 deck. No. Good, if I can keep her alive next turn, I got a good draw. Maybe. I'm trying to think about the conditions or the rules for the other card I need. Whenever your opponent loses life, whenever you gain life, your opponent loses life. So I gain life, my opponent loses 1. This might actually work. Let's test the theory. Well, one more go at everything. Now I can probably mill if I want to. Yeah, there we go. Endurance Tenacity. Okay. This is the one I need. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Sacrifice 3, decline. I'm trying to figure out... That's 1. I need 2 more lands in order to actually pull off this little trick. Or I save up. Or I attack with one of my creatures. There we go. Never mind. I got this. Okay, watch this absolute scumduggery. Let's see. That's 4. I I want to see if it works with this one, because if it works with this one, then I got another thing coming. That's another one. I'm going to attack with just one. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's great. I've just maximized my deck. I've created an infinite loop. Slippo, the executive producer. They're gonna ban this card. They're gonna ban this card at some point. And I want to use it. Well, while the using's good. So endless tenacity also works with it, but also does the cheaper sky vampire or whatever. Also, I guess defending equals killing your opponent. So that's fun. Oh, this is scummy. Okay, I need to figure out if there's more cards that when your opponent loses one life, you gain one. Do they know? I gotta see if they know. This is good. We've got 3 deaths, and the banded talent is not that great. I don't know why I have it in here. I should probably take it out. But this is fine. It'll keep us for a while. This one's good. This will give me a card. If 2 more creatures die, this will give me a card that I can just search. Then also, hello, Dajin. Let's see. Okay. That was Bloodthirsty. Yeah, there she is. And then we're gonna throw down one of these. They discard a card. Discard 2 cards unless they discard a non-land card. And they just kind of gave up. Okay, we're still doing good. I'm doing glory. Bloodthirsty. Bloodthirsty Conqueror. Let's see, someone gave a rating last year. But unfun in standard. Here's a bit problematic in practice to stand. So someone knew about this a year ago. Into the game-ending machine, players can do that. It's a very strong effect, but it's kept in check by being on the high end and the curve at 5 mana. It is not kept in check. Someone who's now deleted on the Reddit account. He was like, no. I guess they do know about it, and it's just kind of like, yeah. Now I'm gonna throw out this. Oh no. Okay, I'll be disconnected for a little while. Now we're gonna hold off on infestation. Someone is making their own. Ooh, the Leyline Axe. Yes, that's a good one. Vampiric Rites is good. I don't have any land cards, so I need it. So when do we teddy bear? Oh, look at that, it's so moved. Oh, that reminds me. I saw the entirety of Among Us, the animated series. That's... Oh, yeah. What CBS kind of tried to bury. Or maybe not bury. Maybe they just, like, are horribly mismanaging their online services. Like, they're mismanaging a bunch of stuff. I didn't think much of it until I saw that, what was it? Owen Dennis was in charge of the, there we go, Poison for you. Owen Dennis was, what do you mean? What? Oh, yeah, I think Double Strike makes it so that you can't. Okay. Anyway, let's get a pie in here. No. Yeah, I don't know. The whole, well, they're really... Okay, well, let's put an end to this crap. -2. -2. No. Hell yeah. About it being like... Oh! Oh no! Wow. That certainly is a thing. Let's, what do I need? I want to pick 2 cards. I want to heal myself. And no. Come on, I need 1 more. Or I could just sacrifice 1. Yeah, that was somewhat the clue. So what are you doing? Let's see. Oh, you destroyed another permanent? Okay. Well, I guess this deck isn't as overpowered as they say. Where do I find this? Okay, Legendary God. Right? That was sort of a clue as to what would happen to the extended cast. It feels like they literally just played a game from start to finish just to set up, like, okay, well, this is how it's going to play out. And then they laid characters on top of, like, the flow of an actual game would be. And they did a good job including all the, tropes of what I've seen of the game. I've seen this, as you know, Among Us was like huge amongst like group playthroughs, and if you were part of a group, then you were playing If you were playing Among Us, I know that Cox and Crendor and the Nerd Podcast crew were doing that. Or the Geek End, pardon me. We're doing that. Jeff Super Beast, who played a bunch of games of it. You know, it's a good party game. Yes, I do. I do have an Avatar deck. I'll even play after the end of this. So they did a good job incorporating all of the hallmarks. A little flash in the eyes when someone's about to get killed. The running around in vents. Even the whole, like, meeting. They literally, like, sprinkle in all the sound effects with, like, meetings and stuff like that. So, good on them for keeping very much like just a really good adaptation. Okay, no. The fact that the crewmates are simplified, I think really like I'm gonna put it. The fact that they're like not human. They are basically just the animated personifications of the little avatars. I think that really helped him get away with a lot of just the extra kind of the violence, the body horror. Because it's not a 1-to-1 ratio with the human body. Even if it were like really over the top, goofy cartoon stuff. I think that sort of keeps... He doesn't register as like, oh, this isn't a human death. No, this is like a weird, squishy cartoon. Sounds like a reason to like set empathy aside, but I mean, if you're making a cartoon adaptation of it. Which, yeah, if you're gonna go with like a weird tonal blending of both like futuristic, nihilistic, Pensinger, and then I'll pepper that or blend that together with just comedy, drama, and also just like genuine like humanity. Yeah. Owen Dennis was like the perfect choice. You know, being the creator of Infinity Train, which got progressively more complex and darker as the series went, with managing various different characters. Who wants you? Sacrifice a creature. Cool. Let's throw this down. Mornsong Aria is not... That's a last resort. Because you can't gain life. Which means that the loop doesn't work. So I'm gonna gain 1 life here. And pick up 2 extra cards next turn. And again, this no attacking is kind of a self-imposed rule on myself, just to keep it fair. It very much, I would even say the casting of Elijah Wood harkens back to his role in The Faculty. Okay, here's an interesting thing. Once I lose half my life points, Cecil turns into Cecil the Redeemed Paladin. I would almost even say And just to keep this guy on his toes. Yeah, harkening back to like the faculty and that sort of thing. Not that Elijah Wood has any reason not to like act in like any project he picks. He's a great voice actor for especially his work in Psychonauts 2. Aw, come on. No fun. I'm not even attacking you. Yeah, it's very much a mix of aliens. That's what it is. I would say it's like, there's a movie that has been discussed on Red Letter Media, and they kind of claimed it as a transitional movie for horror, for like young horror fans. If you're going for something like, a TV's good, like a Goosebumps, or a Are You Afraid of the Dark? And which at the time was just very much. There's a bunch of episodes that are visceral and sort of like really, really kind of disturbing. But The Gate, they bring it up as sort of this transitional period for horror fans where things escalate quite rapidly. And it pulls back at the end and it ends nice, but it's definitely like it could have ended like very, very much harsher. I would say this is one of those properties where, like, yeah, a good sort of blending of like comedy horror. Do I want Silver Tongue or do I want another one of these bad boys? You know what? I'm gonna take some hits. And upkeep. No, that's fine. I only got 2 scavenger talents, which means I got twice as many vittles when someone dies. I was gonna say you have a voice cast, which is very interesting. And again, keeps you on your toes. Elijah Wood. Again, Ashley Johnson. The voice of Tulip. If you see who's playing who, then you kind of get a fantastic, like, who might survive till the end. And Patton Oswalt, and he shows up and he plays White for like 1 episode. Which is not 1 episode, he actually has like 2 episodes. Or 1 line in another episode, which he could have just recorded all, at the same time. So it's like, oh, I thought Patton Oswalt was going to be in this whole thing. Like, no. Without spoiling. In fact, the first episode is on YouTube for anyone to watch. Maurice LaMarche plays Brown in a very somewhat subdued role. Subdued but poignant, I will say. Anyway, gain some health. I could... You know what? I'm going to mill myself. Because if I get the card I need, then I can bring it back with one of these other effects. And I've got like 4 now. Wayne Knight plays an engineer / priest, which was very amusing. And he has this wonderful babble, which is great. Yeah, that's one of the cards I need. Which one's level 2? Yeah. I mean, there would be a number of reasons why they just kind of unceremoniously presented this now. Just kind of like dump it onto Paramount Plus. One, it is very much okay. This may or may not work. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's gonna be me. Yep, there we go. That's the one I needed. Anyway, there's a number of reasons why. One, just mismanagement. Like, no one knows what anyone's doing. Like, Paramount is kind of in the middle of like amoeba swallowing Warner Brothers. They're dismantling 60 Minutes. No one knows what anyone's doing because they're all just a bunch of idiots. They could have waited until there was a new sort of thing going on with thank you. Okay, I need... Whenever I gain life, your target loses that much life. It's also a pretty good mill deck. And they could have waited until there was another update for the Among Us series, I think, because there was a lot of announcements for video game stuff this week. With the state of play and all that they just, I don't know, waited for some synergy to come across their desk. They'd be like, oh yeah, here it is. Here's the show. Or because one, it is genuinely like venomous towards the idea of corporations and just cynical profit entities that will completely just use humans for their own. That's a double strike. I can save, yeah, attack, yeah. Okay, there we go. I might be able to, like... Oh, no. I know what to do. Are they still playing? Are they still attacking? No, that was a double. Okay, let me think. I got what I need there. At the beginning, you just draw your turn. At the beginning of your turn, sacrifice 3. Let me just see what I need here. Let's carry enters prepared. Let me think. Shut up. Whenever you gain life, target loses that much life. I don't need that on my plate. Maybe? Yeah. Let's see. 12, 10, 9, 6. Oh, 1. Good game. Yellow especially. So yeah, it is a good series to be like, to transition. It's like The Thing Junior. Let's just put it that way. Anyway, good game. Which is definitely the crux of the game. And you look at that and you look at the series and it is a 1-to-1 sort of. In terms of... No. In terms of simply adapting what is there, especially with the kills and whatnot. They simply just added characters to each of the little critters. And again, because they've sort of personified the suits, there's been a lot of artwork and digital ink spilled about what exactly are the little Among Us guys. I think my favorite piece of artwork is where it's just like someone did a vivisected diagram of a person, like an actual human, riding around in this weird mech thing. But because they are just little tic tacs, you can just kind of be as violent as you are with them. I don't. I think it'll be fine. Well, crusonas are what people have come up with. Especially, it's encouraged by the video game. You're meant to, like, buy all those weird stuff. I'm gonna try my best to get rid of that guy. Even though this guy's the problem, I've no way to remove him right now. With hats and stuff like that. I'm sure it was a challenge to figure out how to not only give each of these characters with no mouths distinct personalities and expressions. And they do manage to, like, again, playing more on the comedic side of things by pushing the little eyeballs or the visors. I guess they work like eyeballs. I'm going to call them eyeballs. I think they're supposed to be visors. But, you know, pushing them to, like, have dimples and expressions. Lose game. Let's throw this out just for shits and giggles. This one too. And I'm going to discard my self-imposed limit and start actually attacking. So yeah, they managed to, like, be very good with, like, pushing in expressions. And of course the Khrushchev effect works exceptionally well with the idea of them being, you know, oh shit, you asshole. With just, like, blank expressions equaling, like, either death or just, like, creepiness, I'll say. Like, blank expressions with, like, calm voice can often be very creepy. Hey, Condor. Hold on, my monitor's freaking out. Anyway, boom. Players camp. No, I can't do that. They've got too much. So I'm gonna mill myself to see if I can get the card I need. Yeah, I think I lost it. They had the nice moss-born Hydra. Those pizza puffs. I mean, from the video, what I saw, those were, like, really disappointing. Yeah, that's another scummy deck. Another scummy move. Unless you've got the ability to, like, remove that. Which I did, but I wasted it. Those pizza puffs are bad. They had no sauce on them. I should have actually spent an extra $1 to get a thing of marinara. I mean, that reviewer should have. I have had spicy mango Mountain Dew, which isn't very spicy, but is actually very good as a mango drink. What else was I gonna say? Oh, there's some plot holes with the Among Us series. There's some little plot holes that I can't quite figure out. Like, again, it seems like it just plays out like an actual game where they're trying to, you know, figure out who's who. I can't figure out who is infected at what point. If it's like thing rules. There's without getting into spoilers, there's somewhat of there's a character that has the ability to save an asset that is very important to the invader, the What do they call them? I forget. The who's it's. They call them the imposters. There we go. There's an asset very important to the imposters, and one of the imposters has the ability to save the asset, but doesn't, or like puts up maybe like a false front. Oh. Perhaps someone who is more privy to the inner workings of whenever you sacrifice a permanent, mill 2. I don't need that right now. I do want to get rid of this guy. One of these. And, yeah. May even set it up that there could be more episodes down the line. I don't know if they are or are going to do that. Because again, they kind of just like put this unceremoniously up on their platform. I kind of hope they do, because it would be cool to see where you go from there. Also, it's a quick watch. Every episode's about like 10 minutes. I think the last one's 15. You're able to like knock, I would almost say, you know what? There's only like how many episodes? 10? Let's see. Yeah, 10. Okay, so 10 minutes. 12 minutes per each one. It almost feels like a movie. Like a TV movie that they stretched out into an animated series, which happens. Okay, there we go. Wow, Boldwin aggressor. Oh, she's a giant. Look at her. Other giants who have double strike. I don't know how many giants are actually. Giants seem to be an under-serviced class within Magic the Gathering. I actually did have a sort of magic giant deck that revolved around Mother Goose and magic beans and stuff like that. I've only pulled off the trick once this night. I want to try and see if I could do it again on camera. I've been doing it for like the last 3 days. So yeah, it's like a really quick watch. I'm hoping maybe that they do something with it. Also, the ending song is absolutely splendid. I've been actually listening to it. What the hell? I've been listening to it again and again. Everyone else is dead, or something like to the effect. So yeah, again, I don't know if I know Owen Dennis was like, "Hey, everybody, go watch this on Paramount Plus." Which is the where you can find it. But again, it's Paramount Plus. I mean, how many people are gonna? And yes, they do get a do. You think it would be kind of closed off But they do give a good, plausible way for the series to keep going. Or to go from that point on. And I was just going to say also, Ashley Johnson, who voices Tulip and Lake in Infinity Train, yeah, she also is Ellie in The Last of Us. So, of course, she's got a tie to sort of body horror zombie media. Yes, I think we all have loved some Infinity Train too, and it was also you can just feel the kind of venom coming off of these characters, and they're basically rallying against like corpos, especially when you consider that Owen Dennis his series basically has disappeared off of streaming platforms. Which, of course, leads to a number of different talents and producers and showrunners being like, hey, if you can't find it, just pirate it. Oh, it's very much so. In a joyful way. It goes from being a nudge in the ribs to actually being like a crucial tentpole of the series and its ending. And the dynamics between two of the more prominent characters and their backstory. Still don't get how I don't know if fans will enjoy the way the imposters are being like, I don't know if it goes against canon or any theories or anything, but yeah, seemed cool. Let's play this. And also this guy. And I didn't gain any life. Whenever you gain life, each opponent loses. Okay. Well, there we go. Too late to do anything about it. So yeah, again, check out Among Us. It's a very brief watch, but actually surprisingly loaded with a lot of interesting stuff. And you said, Big Mouth? You said you were watching Big Mouth. Big Mouth is fine. Let's see, that's too much. Let's see, I can bring another creature back if I mill 3. So that's not gonna help. Tell you what, I gain 2 life if I kill one of these guys. Yeah, done. You 7 up Pot of Greaves in your archives. Big Mouth is gross, but I think there are points where it seems like a necessary kind of gross because kids going through that developmental point in their life can be gross. They lay it on real thick in the first episode, but there are actually really good ones. I would never say it's an exceptional series. People point to the artwork. I think it's almost like a combination of if Claspy Chupo got to the point where they could use digital line art. It's like a mix between Family Guy and Claspy Chupo. Which sounds intriguing to me. Maybe not the Family Guy part, but the Claspy Chupo, the big, the literal big mouthness of it all. Let's throw this guy out. And a wolf. There's a couple, there's a really good episode of Big Mouth. Actually, no, I would say there's a really good thread of Big Mouth where you have Caleb, who is he's definitely got developmental issues. Or not even developmental, he's, not ADHD, he's definitely on the spectrum. And he becomes he becomes a good character. And he becomes very entwined with, who's the kid? Anyway, he's, who do I want? What do I want here? That one might be okay if I can get back the card I want. I think I may have just wasted some. Yeah, let's mail myself. Nope, didn't need that. Yeah, I think I win. Cool, that worked out great. Yeah, he's autistic, and there's a episode that I really love. I think it's probably the best in the series, where his yellow backpack, which he's been at his side the whole time during the series. He's getting ready for high school, and his yellow backpack breaks, and he has to basically deal with that. And it's actually a really good, interesting deconstruction of what goes through the mind of, I don't know how properly, or how much of a good depiction it is from the autistic point of view, but I find it extremely relatable because he seems to just share the basic anxieties, perhaps dialed up to 11, of just a kid at that time and that moment, and losing sort of a kind of totem of support and he's friends with the one gay kid who has to come to terms with the fact that maybe being gay isn't shouldn't really be his whole personality. And then he's got a very poignant coming out to his mother and his military father. And they did a good little role reversal about which parent would have been more upset about that situation. And there's actually a very nice car ride at the end of that episode, which is just what brings a little tear to my eyes. Yeah, once you get past the awkwardness, that's what I was saying. The awkwardness is kind of built into the premise just because, yeah, that time in your life is weird and awkward and gross. Like, no one, we all have those urges growing up, and no one wants to, like, actually speak that out loud the way that, like, Maury does. I'm not hearing it. No. And of course, they had to keep BoJack Horseman around just in case they wanted to pick up that series again. I'm gonna, and then the Shame Wizard is awesome. I don't care. I'm gonna take you to that new macaroni restaurant that just opened. Really? No. Yeah. Crap. There, I get another card. But yeah, I would say Big Mouth. I mean, few are far between with the actual, like, really, really strong episodes. But still good. Okay, now, I need... Whenever your opponent loses life, you gain that much. Yeah, let's just throw her out there. It is, but for some reason, someone's keeping it going. They've even got the new animal thing. Where it's just Big Mouth but animals. They had one that was a little bit more interesting in concept. It was called Human Relations, or Human Resources, or Human Resource Management. Where all these different personifications of emotions or condition, mental conditions, basically like an expansion on the hormone monster, but like you got the jealousy worm and the love bug. Whenever it loses, I gain, destroy an attachment or target creature or enchantment. There we go. I lost 2 life points. What can I bring back? Nothing of note. And then there's a squirrel-eyed. Vito BC. Hey, EJ. I'm trying to get this scummy deck to work. I played it at the beginning of the hour, or the top of the hour. I was able to, actually, no, the top of the hour was 4 minutes ago, at the first half of the game. Hello, Foxy! Okay, so, draw card, draw card. I want to draw a card. Either that or mill. Yeah. Come on, I've only got 7. Oh, well. They keep killing themselves before I get to the trick. I haven't even gotten any quests done. Anyway, that's an hour. Let's open up some of these. Oh, look at this. Oh, hey, this is apparently supposed to be like really good pest generation. Look at that. Okay, if this thing were real, like, people would definitely be horrified, but then people would, like, some people would, like, definitely breed them. It's adorable. And we got the Embrace the Paradox. Draw 3 cards. You may put a land card from your hand onto the battlefield. Really? But that's a 5-drop, so that's not, like, really exceptional. Yeah. And then we got this guy. MAGA blood. Let's see. 2 of anything or 1 fire. That's interesting. 2 of anything or 1 fire. So you play like 2 fire and then 2 anything else. This creature enters with 1/1 count honor for each colored mana spent to cast it. Okay, so if he plays like 5 different for each color mana. Okay. So play 4 different colors, get 4/4. Whenever you cast instant or sorcery, you control creatures you control get 1/1 for each color mana. Okay. It's all about mana stuff. Which one are we talking about? Are we talking about Big Mouth or Among Us or... Because Titmouse also worked on Among Us. I don't know if they worked on Big Mouth. Arc of Hunger, that one's that's fine. I've gotten that one before. You want to add to each opponent and gain 1 life. Whenever I have 3 or more leads. Now it's not that great. Cost of Brilliance. She's having a crash out. Target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 points. That would actually be pretty good for what I need. Just the general drawing. Terramorphic Expanse. Yeah, there's always that 1 card that you switch out lands. Dissection Practice. Ew. Target opponent loses 1 life, you gain 1 life. That's actually a pretty good trigger for what I need. Okay, we're gonna go back to the lab. Let me see if I can get this scuzzy deck to work. Yeah, I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna put this in. There's one other one I need to take out. It's the... No. What's the, 2-drop Bandits Challenge? Yeah, get rid of 2 of these. And stick in 1 of those. What's another black one I got? I know I got another one. Flying. Each opponent loses 1, you gain 1 life. You know what? That's a good one too. What's this one? What's this girl? Whenever you cast instant or sorcery, 1/1 target. No, that's fine. I'm doing okay, Foxy. Big bad. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, they do good. They have a good voice cast. It's just, again, like you said, it can be way too much for people. On the other hand, like, they do, like, talk very glib about things that affect kids at that age. End of Hunt, no. Echo. Look at the cards, no. So, Guess on the Family, no. Now, Feed the Cycle. As you pay an additional cost to pay, or as an additional cost for the spell, destroy, no. We don't need that. What's this Iron Shelf thing? Discard a card, it's indestructible until the end of the turn now. I got a Skitter's enchantment that lets you draw a card as long as you have an enchanted creature on the field. So maybe that's done. I had this deck. I had the Bloodthirsty Conqueror / Tenacity deck played on me this week, and it was like, oh my god. Which is actually, I guess, the reason why like they haven't patched it out or like banned the Conqueror is because one, Conqueror is a relatively older card, but two, also it's kind of tricky to get everything into place. The Xbox show. No, I didn't watch it. I guess Spyro's back. Who's got the money? And I'm going to abandon my self-imposed rule where my minions don't attack. Because that's old hat now. I proved that I can do it at the beginning of the hour. Or the beginning of the stream. Now, do we want this game to get interesting? Or no healing, and each character picks out their card. Now, this guy's got a 241 deck, so he's going to be looking through that forever. That's going to be like looking through the phone book. Persona 6. Are these all game? Wait, is Persona 6 Xbox exclusive? Because I could have sworn Persona has always been on PlayStation. Okay, so now what I want is... I can't play it. And I can't draw because you can't draw with this card. So what we need is... you know what? Let's throw out Cecil. Just for shits and giggles. Ugh. Ah, okay. I don't know if they're abandoning exclusives or keeping up with exclusives or what. Again, who's got the money? I've got plenty. I can't pick with decorum. I'm going to have to actually go and just mine some, yeah, again, Cecil, I lose, That's okay, I can pick another one. When I get to half-life, it transforms into the Redeemed Paladin, and then I get Lifelink. Whenever I attack, or whenever he attacks, the other attacking creatures get indestructible. Which, since they have Death Touch, would actually be pretty nice. So yeah, I need 5. At this point, The issue is, or you know what? I could just get, what else do I need? What else do I have? There's a, yeah, there we go. I have a card that basically kills this card when I want to get rid of it. This might have been a good move because I'm basically bottlenecking. I assume that this deck is meant to, like, while also generating these little white minions, is also meant to just like mill the crap out of this. Not mill, but like draw. Oh, a deck can have any number of cards. You can have just any. Isn't there a limit? You know what? Go ahead. Take a swing at me. I really don't know how this is going to end. I may or may not have to get rid of this by now. Yeah. Yeah, I lost. There's another way to actually go that way, but I should really get rid of those. But it was like an interesting way if I'm like, absolutely need to get the card in my hand. But then you play that one, and then I need my Withering, what is this called? Withering Torment. Torment, yeah. Withering Torment, not Withering Torrent. So does this guy just have like a million pair of parents in his deck? Nice, I finally got one of those. What mastery did I get? Oh, do I have two? Yeah, I have two. I can get a card back, which is a cool one, or I can get style cards. I think I may have this one, the Weird Tooth Dragon. The only ones I don't have, the only dragon I don't have is the red one, and what's the other one? That's not a dragon. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4. Shouldn't there be a fifth one for the fifth school? Red, black. Okay. White and black. Yeah, white and black. White and red. Shouldn't there be a red and blue? Oh, I already got that one. Never mind. I'm dumb. God, let's try one more time with this deck, but let me get rid of the songs. Well, I have like 2 of them. Yeah, let me get rid of those. That's good. And screw. Okay, I got more Let me play that one card we got. Or did I already add it to the thing? Eaten alive, choose an opponent, non-card. Dissection. Yeah, I may have already stuck it in there. Cast a sacrifice a creature enchantment, exile a card. You draw a card, you lose 1 life point. Exile this card from the graveyard, and then I'll try. That one may be okay. Once it dies. Northern Temple. Lifelink counter, worthy cost. No, I think that's fine if I just took those 2 out. Maybe also... Yeah. Yeah, that's fine. That's a good one. That's the one I need. That's still going to gain some synergy. Okay, yeah, I'm digging this. We can hold the line with the squirreloids, the infested sage, and this guy. There we go. 2 minions for the price of 1. Yes! Yes! There it is! Okay. There. Damn it, should have saved the Dream Beaver. Hey, they're doing cassette beasts? Oh, yeah, I gotta actually go and play that game again. Oh, my character dies. Yeah. Cost of Brilliance, if I could get 1 more card on the field. I need 3 more land cards, so come on, baby. Okay, Skitters roll. You get 1. No thanks. I lose 1 point, but I also gain... Look at this fat rat. Yes, perfect. This is exactly what I need. Let's go and do this to hold the line. Look at this. This is just as scummy as what I'm going to do. Okay, there we go. 1 of those. I have 4 now. I can and will play 1 of these. Whenever a opponent is sacrificed, mill. That you can't put up to 1 card. You Yeah, just to keep everything kind of weird. Just to keep it weird. Perfect, just when I need it. As long as he doesn't have any board clears. He's gonna try and bring up these guys as high as possible, and that's a double strike. It's fine by me. Oh no, flying. Anyway, another one of these. Okay, that's 4. I'm gonna play. This creature can't block, so he knows that. You know what? Let me throw this out there. Because then I can either play Enduring Tenacity or this. That's okay. I'm bottlenecking with these two. Okay, get ready to watch the scummiest thing ever. This one. Good game. Boom. And it just goes like that. Especially because I use the Starscape instead of the Tenacity. Tenacity would have done 4 damage, but Starscape does 1 at a time. And they're both vampires. Well, one's a bat. Don't fall off, buddy. Don't fall off. There we go. And we get Nesting Bot. Start your engines. When this creature dies, create a 1/1. This for max speed, this token gets Y+1. This creature. Okay, so it's a start your engines. I should make a speed deck. Anyway, that was fun. Did you want to see an avatar deck? Did you? Let's see. Let's open up this one. Oh, good. Another Mystic. Okay, I've got a bunch of these. And this is my 4th or 3rd Germination, which is great for plant decks. Let's open up this one, see what we get. Pilfer. Ooh, look at this weirdo. And then Fleeting Distraction. Booterflies. The Banner of Kinship. Oh, little Mixies. Mixies, 2 PCs. Let's see. Artifact. Choose a creature type. The artifact enters with a fellowship counter on it for each creature you control. Of a chosen type, creatures you control get 1/1 for each fellowship. That's cool. Okay. So this goes of anything. Creature type. I wonder if that's allies. Anyway, yeah, let's see. Let's dig through the closet. I got a turtle deck. What would be a good avatar deck? I kind of forget. Here's my Black and Fire deck. Here's Toph. I think this one's just Avatar. Like actual Avatar. And I call it Toph shit, and that's a play on tough. Come on. Wait. Find a match. I want green, tea with turtles. Avatar. Okay, no, this is the Avatar. This is let's go with let's go with Toph, and then we'll get back to just Avatar stuff. Toph is a lot about building up your land cards. You can land Earthbend, which is the ability to take land cards and turn them into monsters, basically. Which was a kind of somewhat of a strange mechanic in earlier expansions, I come to assume. There was one, the Mesoamerican expansion, where you play a cave card. And if you played enough caves, then you would get a... forest. Been a while, so I don't exactly know what I'm looking for. But this one's good. Rebellious Captives. Oh, I think this is one of those decks where I was supposed to mulligan until I got the one card that does everything, but we'll see. There's a card that turns your land cards into any land card you want. Secret Tunnel's good. There we go. And if this becomes a land card or an attacking card, it can't be blocked. Which is kind of what we want with the Earth Village Ruffians. Human soldier rogues, not allies, nor are they Fire Nation villains. And there we go. 6 and we have 6 and it is also unblockable. So if he's got something that actually kills it, then that's fine. But then again, I get it back as land. I think that's the one advantage Earthbending has, is that it turns back into land when it's destroyed, as opposed to the earlier cards that, especially that one cave card, which just leaves the field. We got a Badger Maul here. Earthbend 2. Yeah, let's see. Also, Earth creatures or earth bending also gives you trample, which means they run through a creature. Which, even though usually when a creature's blocking, that means they just stops it right there. But if I were to attack with Secret Tunnel, then it would definitely go on. What was that? Oh, jerk. Ah, that's a good one. When injured, put 3, where X is the number of lessened cards in your graveyard. Put 3 or spend 3. I got a little Boomy. Boomy the weirdo. I think I can play this. Ally. That's a saga. No, these have to be used for ally spells. And 1 mana of any color. Spend that on allies. So yeah, I can't do that. I can maybe play this. Put a 1/1 on each of my creatures. Yeah, I could definitely do this. So that's unblockable. That does like 1/5 of his health. Right there, gone. Pardon me. Yeah, Billy Barty. Billy Party? Is that a Billy Barty pun? I mean, good taste. Especially with He-Man coming out. There we go. There's the girl of the hour. When I enter Earthbend 2. There we go. I think that's game. Oh, I gotta cast red and white spells. Well, let's play one more with like the actual avatar with Aang and all the other critters. There we go. Oh, I think I got a new. I think I have a new avatar card. I have a new Aang that I never put into a deck. It's the one where he turns into the weird water guy. Or the water kaiju. At the end of season 1. This is good. We got Bitterwood. Boomy Unleashed is great. Earthen Ally is the perfect card for good starters. Yeah, you know what? Let's see where this goes. Rumble. Another one? Yeah, sure. Share roots. Get another card. We're gonna need a I have fire. I want plants. I need trees. That's gonna be a pain. The ooze. And the Toidle Van. Boomy Unleashed. When Boomy enters 4, when Boomy deals damage, untap all my... Okay. Let's work with what we got first. Let's work our way up, because I don't know what this guy's got. Uh-huh. Now blocks. Yes, okay, very good. Oh, come on. I goofed. I goofed. But that's okay. The ice cream cat can't block. I mean, it can block, but it can't, like, actually. Let's see. Whenever you draw a card your second turn, then I get the special card that gives me a Kalimba Spirit. Here, go ahead, you. Ah, this one's great. Scry. When you attack a player with 4 more greater, draw a card. Let's play this one. Let's see. We want that one, this one. Yeah, let's just go all out. Oh, the walls of Ba Sing Se. And I should have gone for the secret tunnel. Why are you blocking the... Oh, Mike's the link. And then I get another... Birth cards get another round. No, cancel. Better work, exhaust. People are, let's see. I don't know when the superheroes are dropping, but again, some people are not happy that the Magic the Gathering has now just become, Fortnite. And I very much would like them to go, maybe, I'm trying to be supportive of the artists and the community. I'd be happy if they did 2 originals and then maybe 1 tie-in. Okay, 8, that's still not enough though. Ruby! Oh, come on, don't even let me have any fun. Okay, let's see if we can actually get Aang in there. Let's see if we can actually get to the avatar. The Red Tooth Vanguard. An Elven Warrior. When the champion you control enters, you may pay 2. If you do, return this card from the graveyard to your hand. Okay. It's a relatively affordable 2-drop. And with trample. And when an enchantment enters, you can pay an extra 2 to get another card back. Not bad, not bad. I mean, it's got its edge cases. Let me see. What was that deck we were just using? Avatar. Okay, so Avatar, The Last Airbender. I know for a fact I've got a new N. Oh, also, here's one. Team Avatar. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, it gets XX. X is the number of creatures you control. Let's throw in, let's see, I have 64. Let's get rid of the equip destroys a permanent target. That's a good removal. I'm gonna get rid of you, throw in there. There we go. And then here's Aang. No, that's the Airbender. Where's Aang the water weirdo? I know he's here. I know he's here. He like turns into... Oh shoot, I can just do this. Yeah, there we go. The Swift Savior. And then it becomes this guy. For a 3-drop, that's actually not that bad. When Aang enters airbend up to 1 target creature, waterbend 8, which means I have to like pay 8, but I can also include like creatures in that. And then of course I've got the big one, the Aang Avatar, and then Master of Elements, and Aang's Iceberg. When the center attack, exile up to 1 target creature until the battlefield. Sacrifice this enchantment and bring that back. Now, we're okay. Aang's journey's fine. You get to get some land. Find land. That actually wouldn't be bad to have. I think we're okay. I think Shared Roots does its job. Let's see if we can get that guy on there. Right, and I'm getting into I do find that the world of Magic is fairly interesting. Like this guy. This guy's a fucking tech ninja. He's an original character from the Magic the Gathering universe. Yes, ley lines. Perfect. That means every card that I play, every land card that I play has this type. And when you get it in your opening hand, you just get to put it out on the battlefield. Like, I like the Cowboys. I like Thunder Junction. I know people were even upset about Thunder Junction and the weird race car expansion. Like, they have the Marvel Superheroes card game. It's called Marvel Sap, and it sucks. Actually, no. What was the Versus system? Remember the Versus system? Who was in charge of the when did they... I got a bunch of cards from the Versus system. Card game Versus system. Yeah, the Versus system. The card game has been named as the Marvel version only, include Marvel Originals. No, I'm looking at, they had DC and a bunch of stuff. Oh God, they've got the they still make them. It's Upper Deck. They have the Boys Versus system. They just released one for the boys, of course. What else do they got here? Into Marvel Madness Champion, which is weird. I almost like say that the Boys is like more of an analogy of the DC universe, and then I do the Marvel. Yes, submit, please. Yes, I want that one. That'll give me more land. It was like the early 2000s? Or they were still making those games. Anyway, the point is that, like, Marvel had its own card game. And then you got Secret Lairs, which I don't understand, is like limited, very limited sets of like My Little Pony and Stranger Thing cards. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I thought. And I saw the end, and I thought it was. I like the TV. I like the feeling of the TV series more than I do the comic. First of all, I just think it's okay. Well, he wasn't playing, and I don't mean like he was throwing hands. I mean, he just literally let the clock one out. Attack red and white. Come on, one more. We may go a little over because I want to get rid of those quests. Yep, ley lines, baby. Oh, hey, look, there's Azula. Look, it's the best cracked ship. Let's see. When enters, discard up to 2 cards and then draw that many cards. Whenever you cast her, gets 1/1 on Ahsoka. There we go. Let's see. We want to discard maybe. That gives me 2 lands. I'll discard these 2. Hopefully I get some land cards. Yay! Land cards! And again, Leyline of the Guild Pack might be my favorite card in the whole game. Because it turns anything into... We've got the powers of the Avatar, spiritual balance of the universe, and a boomerang. No, we can get rid of that because I already have one on the field. And we can do better work. This one has reach. The bow means reach, which means that if it hits my egg, it's game over for that, but we're gonna hold off on that. Oh, turtle ducks. That's perfect. Oh, look at this. He's working with they're working with an avatar deck too. Whenever I artifact or lesson, I'm gonna let this ride a little bit. Anyway, turtle ducks are adorable. If you spend 3 mana, they get 4 and trample. Just like in the cycle of renewal sacrifice, and then put 2 in its place. Yes, we'll see how that works. Tripopes enters, free to 1/1 ally. Waterbend create. No, we can do the cunning. Yeah, let's do. Which means I get to take a card from her hand. Righty-roo. And now I get to play those cards next turn. Yeah, I was gonna say, full-on edgelord. Why does it have blood in it? Isn't it supposed to? That kind of weird stuff. Okay, I actually maybe want to play these cards next turn. But I also want to survive. So I'm gonna throw Soka up against. Wait, no, that's a. Every time I cast a lesson. That's a lesson. That's a 1/1. Nah, not worth it. I should have done the land because he's got trample. I could do bitter work. Vigilance, that's good. And if I play this one card, then it also, well, it's got vigilance, so maybe. No, it becomes tapped. It doesn't. That's not the way it works. I like playing on the computer because, like, oh, I got firebending. Like, for example, I would have read that rule as, because it has vigilance, which means after it attacks, it becomes untapped. I would have read that rule like, at the beginning of my turn, it goes back to normal. But if I used it as mana, then it would definitely have been tapped. And I know that because that's the way the computer does it. Can't be blocked. This one goes back to being land after I do this. Counterspell, no. Yeah, there we go. Let's transform. Ow! I thought he wouldn't. Okay, that's the thing. Good game. I thought he would be a new creature. This version of Aang is not as great as I thought he would be. Come on, one more. Maybe we can go for the big one and get the avatar, like the actual avatar state on the field. Also, I don't know where you can go and play that new Avatar, the fighting game. But what's her face? The earthbending avatar. Or the big super tall one. This is Garbo. This has got 2 cards, but everything else is like super high. So I'm going to see if I can mulligan and get Leo Lines again. Oh, pardon me. As red. I'm looking at my dog and he's so comfy. He's got his bed, his Animite. if he doesn't do anything soon. Oh, finally it kicks in. Well, if it does, then I get a free win. Okay, there we go. He's ready. Better. Sorta. Not really. But I don't like to mulligan under. Plus we have this, the shared routes. We can hopefully build up a lot ammunition of land to maybe play Boomy. Okay, that's the plan from here. We put as much land on the field, and then we use Boomy to like use the land as leverage. There's something weird going on. Whenever I play a theme deck, I find that my opponents are always playing the same theme. I don't know if it's like the pregnant lady fallacy, like as soon as you become pregnant, you see just a bunch of other pregnant people, because, well, no, that's not a fallacy. Of course you would see other. Oh, and I can't use shared roots because it's not our land. It's not our earth. I mean, a plant. But it seems like they seem to corral, like if you're playing an Avatar deck and you play against Avatar people. I've done that with turtle decks too. I got nothing. Yeah, it's one of the downsides of if you don't get the ley lines, then you just kind of stall out. There we go. Nope, that's nothing. That didn't do dick. Good game. Dairy Queen is advertising. I haven't been to Dairy Queen forever. It used to be a Dairy Queen, used to be a comic book shop. And then nearby was a Dairy Queen. And sometimes I would take my little brother and we'd go and play card games. So like one summer, you got into the Pokemon League. I was to go and play card games and just hang out at the comic book store and then go across and get like sheep hamburgers and chicken tendies. I have no land in here. Great cards, no lands. I'm gonna go for one more time. Ley lines, keep. Okay, so we want to get rid of the Lotus is actually good if you can get a lot of like. You know what? Let's keep some synergy going. I'll get rid of this one and this one. Great Guide is actually pretty good because that one gives you your mana for your. Like any ally you control, each land and ally, it basically operates like the ley lines, but a little bit better. And I don't want to discard that, so we're just keeping that. Great Divide. Guide is like an underrated gangsta in this game. Yeah, let's discard the Meteorite Sword. And we could use, well, just a swamp. Again, all the lands or whatever. In fact, I didn't need the Great Guide, other than the fact that minions also, or creatures also generate mana. Oh, there we go. We're dealing with a Strixhaven. Boomy! Let's throw this guy in here. No. Oh, look at his little statue. Okay, now the secret tunnel makes it so that these characters can't be blocked. Which means that after Boomy successfully attacks, my land gets another attack phase. Untap all my lands. Big red dog. I guess Clifford's getting another movie. Not because this guy's named Big Red Dog. I mean, they just work in another project. Target feature gets like one fire bending. I don't know what I could use that on. Unless I use this. Let's just try it. Nope, that did nothing. Okay. But at like 20, he's got nothing on the field. Even a very little is a creature's attack, which this one can't. So that's like 5, 7. Beautiful. Beauties. Scry, Sun Warriors, X-Bend, where X is the number of creatures you control. Create for each fire bending. Yeah, sure. Let's go to the tunnels. Allies do not get blocked. There we go. I think they just kind of gave up. Very nice. Okay, and I got that one. Oh, look at this. Raging Ceratops. I like the Mesoamerican themed deck because it's like, what if the Spaniards, when they came to like America, they just got like their shit rocked by a lot of dinosaurs and vampires. Cast red or white. I'm gonna try and like actually get that out of here. Oh, here's the Final Fantasy sagas. Did I show you this one? I think I did. That's a lot of green, so that's not exactly what we want. We want white. Not red and white. I thought I had one of those. Red and white, red and white. Here's, no, but that looks like it's kind of crappy. I don't know what that would do. Red and white. What's a good white deck I could just use? Let's just pick a white deck. It's blue and white. I don't have a pure white deck. Okay, let's play turtles. Let's keep up with the theme of... Oh, no, white and green. Yeah, there we go. We got Feather, April O'Neil, Kuniochi Trainee, and it looks like there's a lot of green in this. Oh, Fire Horse! Okay, it looks like... Yeah, it looks like there's more green than white. You see, I do love the artwork from the Low Wind Eclipse deck. Or set. I could just hit screams, Okay, we want maybe at the beginning of your turn, if we're permanent, let the field do the Michelangelo. Okay, let's put the escapees down. That's Bebop and Rocksteady's animal form. If you want to hear the history of Bebop and Rocksteady, Phaelus does a great video where it kind of breaks down like, are they animals? Are they the humans? In some contexts, they are the... I mean, if you watch from the very beginning, it's clear that they're humans. The further along you get, depending on the writer, it's like... The newer writers confuse the thing and they think that they are just like the turtles, or they were always animals. Yeah, we can, yeah. You know what? Let her ride. Need a rig. There we go. Finally, one. Yeah, we're gonna play a bishop. Ancient bishop. He gives a buff to all your creatures. This is not enough white cards to be playing. And also, I was just informed by Kenny a few days ago that the land cards are colorless. Yes, they do provide the mana and the energy, but they are technically do not count. As playing a color card. No attack, no nothing. Each creature you control cannot be blocked. This is one more counters on it. Equip gets 1/1 and then does fights with another person. Have you ever seen a dog get a sock and one of those little rag dolls? That's what I think. That's what I think is happening right now, where each animal gets their own little thing in their hand. Ugh, what do you mean? It's fighting. Yeah, sure. There we go. I have the bird dude. Mel, go ahead. Mikey. Oh, they have it too. Okay. That's where we're getting that from. I mean, obviously, you got a trick up their sleeve. This particular set, people came to they had a problem with the fact that there were so many legendary cards. For example, this guy is a character. Bird Brain or something like that in the comics. Part of like the mutant force or whatever. Technically a legendary character, but they just had to like make some characters like not legendaries. Seemed like they were just generic creatures. that's perfect. And also... That's 2, or that's 3. Okay, never mind. Yeah, that's fine. April and Mayo can't be blocked by whom or greater. Can't be blocked by creatures with... Read a food. And we got the Triceraton commanders. This is going to be good. Well, I can only get maybe 1 out of here. XX plus the 1, so that's going to be 2. Um, no. And then every time I attack, my soldiers get to fly too. So better do something. I love that. I think I've said this one time before, but I love this stupid thing where it's like, hey, we got to show them flying. Well, they just like wear a bracket around their bodies. So that's 8. Oh, whenever there's combat damage, you put... Yeah, okay, here we go. And then sneak ability is also really good. See, how much did we get from that? Oh, halfway. Actually, no, we got one more. So we get one more, then we get our card for the night and finish out our XP for the week. So let's go. And let's see if we can do just white. Okay, this one's good. This was Final Fantasy. But it's mainly just, it is a white deck. With nothing but, like, I think. Or did I goof? That seemed like a little too new. And now this is okay. We got Cloud at Midgard. And if I want to play Cloud next turn, I better... well, no. Put a 1/1. Chicken. Chicken. And then we'll play Ramen. Another card. Okay, cool. Yeah, I could do that. No. I should have picked the flying one. Anyway, let's play. Look at his card back. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Where'd you get that? Full cat boss. And they're playing a Everbloom. Look at this. Legendary Frog Druid. We're gonna slap this on this boy. I'm gonna throw this down. We don't need to do that right now. Okay, now I get to... And then a third guy. A second Buster Sword. Which I will equip to my buddy. He's got a frog deck. It's all frogs. Cool. Frogs give you extra mana. I like this. chicken nugget. He loved frogs. Frogs in tiny hats. Which, that's a tiny hat. That's a tiny hat. That's a tiny hat. Get your plus fine. You gain 1. That's great. Kiyoshi Village. Doesn't really do anything. It has to like draw that. It has to actually strike his, do damage to him. So this is the blocking smart. It's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Sacrifice this, draw 2. If an opponent is dealt damage. Oh, okay. Well, good game. I wanted to say I liked your card back and I liked your frog deck. Okay, that's it. We've tapped it. Well, I can clean this up later with the red and white. Veteran Battle Rider. Okay. Well, we did good. Let's see, we got one more pack. Let's open it up before we call it night. Yes, another mystical. And they're just throwing mysticals at me. Prism Charm. That's great. That's exactly up my favorite deck. Of this expansion. Let's see. Choose, survey 2, then draw a card. Deals 1 damage to each one or two targets. To each one. It should have been phrased, does 1 damage to 1 or 2 targets. To each, okay, I guess that's weird. Return a non-permanent land to its owner's hand. Okay. Not that great unless you wanted the pick draw card. I think that's the best option out of all those. Oh, look, that's the big bad. Or the other guy. Then there's the green wizard guy. And then there's this guy. Oh, my nipples are so hard right now. Let's see, any number of target players each discard a card. Return target creature with a mana of 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. That's a good one. Flip 5 coins. Target opponent skips their next X turns, where X is the number of heads. Woo, that's a big one. And then you've got Survey, which means that you get to see what your next card is going to be. We may have to play this one in another deck. The white-black deck. There is actually... Okay, well, he has only 3, and you have to get up to 7. So you have to just keep surveying more and more in order to get up there. But anyway, good. That's a good pull. Good pull tonight. Okay, anyway, yeah, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a good weekend. Let's head off into the week and get prepared to kick some butt. But also, if you could do me one favor, could you also stay cool, stay safe, and stay tuned? And I'll see you next time, okay? You have a good one. Night. There we go. Where's my mouse? Okay, it's down here. Bye.